So we're road tripping it back to Colorado. We just spent a month in Seattle. I feel like I just got out of prison. I got my big old beer, my pickles, I'm in sweats. I don't know. So,
they came to America.
Jesus.
For one reason only.
T's not drinking, only me.
That was like the worst time.
The reason why we went there is Tia absolutely loves Washington, and she's like, we should move there. And I'm like, I don't know. I really like Colorado. If we're gonna move, let's move to freaking Florida. I'm like a lizard. I just want to always be hot. And she's like, well, it's really nice there. So, to make a long story short, we just spent a month there. We'll go back in the winter time, spend a month there, and then possibly we will move there. So we started cruising. It took us 4 days to get there. We totally took our time. And we were just cruising like a son of a gun. We stayed in a hotel that you could have invited 50 of your best friends and had a dance party. This thing was huge. So we got there a day early. So the first thing we did is we went directly to Alki Beach. We spent the day there looking at the city from the Puget Sound, the ocean there. Freaking sweet. That ended up being one of my favorite spots. I would love to live on Alki Beach. But then we picked some raspberries, a raspberry patch. That was super fun, super good. Killer raspberries. Then we went to this waterfall, super sweet. Check this thing out. We're done. We've seen like a alpaca llama petting zoo / buy fur from there. What the hell are those things? They're like a rabbit mixed with a freaking liger. I don't even know. That's probably the most alien looking animal I've ever seen. When that day was up, it was finally time to check into our sweet little Airbnb tiny home for the month. And this area was kind of close to Capitol Hill, but I ended up bringing along the old Zero, the electric motorcycle, with us to Seattle. And what a great, if I didn't do that, I don't think the trip would have been the same. It was awesome. I got to explore everywhere, and it actually showed me how much range that bike actually gets. It's really, really good. If you've never been to Seattle, there's this place called Pike's Place Market. It's kind of like a gigantic farmer's market. But it's a little different than what I'm used to because there's fish, fresh fish that they bring in, and flowers. And in Colorado, they just pretty much have fruit. But it was really cool because they had fresh fish, stuff you've never seen, like Alaskan king crab, huge salmon, all this crazy stuff. I got a bunch of crazy mushrooms that I tried. That was good. And then, fresh flowers. Like a huge bouquet is like $10. Super good deal. Back behind the Pike's Place Market, they have this legendary freaking gum wall, like 3 million pieces of gum all on this wall. This guy's been a freaking crazy driver. That guy's nuts. So I was scrolling Instagram. It was like 2 in the morning. Actually, I'll just play the story. Holy crap, you guys. This is a feel-good story. Listen to this. So it was like last year, maybe 2 years, but I did a build series on a Honda Ruckus. It was for a girl named Kristen. It was black with the gold leaf paint job. If you haven't seen it, check that out. So she got both of her scooters stolen out of her freaking garage. These sons of guns. One of them was like just a stock Ruckus. The other one was that super fancy one that you've seen in the build series. So a couple weeks later, they recovered just the stock 50, which was great. It was pretty beat up. And then a couple months went by, and the other night I got this message from this dude, Scotty Q, and he's like, one of my buddies, he owns a construction company, and he found this Ruckus on their construction site, and so we were looking for a VIN number, couldn't find a VIN number, called the cops, they said they couldn't do anything. So he was browsing YouTube to try to figure out how to fix this thing, and stumbled across my build series. And he's like looking at it and working on it, he's like, dude, this is like the actual freaking bike. So then he went to my Instagram, messaged me, and he was like, dude, we got to get this Ruckus back to the owner, which was freaking crazy. This thing was in this perfect shape. She got it back yesterday, all because people that rarely exist, honest people, returned it back to the Kristen. This is so crazy. And it's in perfect shape, except for the ignition wires cut. Now that is a story, you guys. And then I was on Instagram, and I follow a bunch of Ruckus guys, and one of the guys I follow is the Grit City Ruckus crew in Tacoma, Washington. And so I seen that they were on a ride, and Tacoma's about an hour away, so not too close to Seattle. And I was like, God, that'd be cool to have a shirt. You know, those guys aren't too far. So I messaged them, and they're like, dude, you should come on a ride. That was, if you haven't watched that last vlog video, that was the whole thing I put together. I went on like 3 different rides with them. And this dude, JR, was nice enough to let me ride one of his ruckuses. Those guys were so cool. The views that we rode by and all that, you got to check out that vlog if you haven't seen it already. But one of the days was going to be like 90 degrees in Seattle, which is like unheard of. Nobody has AC units or anything like that. And my wife, she doesn't like being hot, so of course she recommended that we went near the coast, which is like 20 degrees cooler. That was sweet. The coast, I've been to the Oregon coast and the Washington coast. They're both very similar. Then we stayed in a place called Forks, Washington, which their rainfall is crazy. They have like, do you remember how much rainfall that was?
It's like 103 inches a year or something.
103 or 113 inches or something. And I think Denver gets like 15 inches or something. So like everything was mossy. We went to the rainforest. It didn't rain while we were there, but it was some crazy plants you've never seen. I definitely wouldn't want to live there. Way too rainy, but it was way cool to visit. The rainforest was beautiful. Had a bunch of killer food, some good sushi, a bunch of good tacos, a lot of good fresh produce. Even had like a Middle Eastern thing. What was it called? SOG or something? Like a SOG Middle Eastern thing. That was super good. Yeah, we got fed like hamsters. You know, because of COVID, you can't go in. They lift it up, and then we're like, these hamsters, give us our food. And they're like handing it to us. This teriyaki place. Oh yeah, a little crab legs and king crab, bunch of scallops. Before we go, it's been fun. This wasn't your traditional motorcycle style video, but I don't know, I think it's kind of cool to update you guys on off topics. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button 2 times. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Head over to Instagram and like, and we'll see you in the next video.